Greetings, Glitter Gang, and welcome back to Kathryn Scraps Live. I'm Kathryn. This is Kathryn Scraps Live. This is the second recording for June 16th, 2022. Remember to hydrate. Yes, absolutely. Remember to hydrate. Drink plenty of water. Okay, so in the previous video, we did the construction and decorating of the medium-sized file folder for this book. So what we're going to do in this video is make inserts for this file folder. Now this file folder is 5x7, so we can do 4x6 inserts. But what I think I'm going to do is let's make a little let's make a little wallet. All right. So let's grab some scraps of the brown cardstock. Okay, so this is the brown cardstock we've been using for this project. I'm just going to grab some scraps of it. Okay. All right, and I'm going to start with a piece that's 4 by 12. All right, 4 by 12. And, well, I just need a piece that's 4.5 by 6.5. And I'm going to do, well, central air is different in different parts of the country. So I'm in Florida, and I can't imagine. I'm going to cut a piece that's 4.5 by 8.5. That there actually are homes built without central air. My guess is it might even be illegal or against code because the heat is so extreme here. Now, what some houses don't have, or they have very low quality, are heaters, central heating. So builders do not spend a lot of money on heaters around these parts. Because you don't need them. You only use them for a very, very few days a year. And so there's no reason for them to be nice. So, but yeah, I imagine it's been a very long time since a house was built here without central air. Because that would be not just like you would be hot, but your house would be destroyed by mold. So because central air is a dehumidifier, so acts as a dehumidifier, and it keeps the houses from getting too moist. All right, so I'm going to score this 8.5 inch by 4.5 inch piece at 1 and 7.5. And that's gonna, the house you grew up in Florida had heat but no AC. That's weird. Yeah, why would we put the thing that's useful in? I mean, I guess it could have been so old it was before it was built before central air was really a thing. Okay, now what we're gonna do, so this is this is 4.5 by 8.5 with a 1 inch flap on either end. I'm gonna get two 4.5 inch squares. But yeah, house without central air would be a real tough sell in Florida. You would probably just have to pay to put one in. Okay, so those are two 4.5 inch squares. And what they're going to do is they are going to go here and here. And is this whole thing going to fit? Oh, it's not going to fit. It's going to poke out the top. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to adjust. We're going to do 3.5 inch by 5 inch photos. So I'm going to cut this to 3 and 3/4. Wait, no, let me think it through. If I want 3.5 inch by 5 inch photos, then I need 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 is the photo mat, which means that, 4 by 4 1/4 is the size I need this to be. So I'm going to cut this to 4 inches. All right. And let's see, it'll still be poking out. Okay, we have to completely change directions now, because we're not going to get a photo in here of any kind. So, or not of any kind, but not. So we're going to do 3 by 4 photos. That's the only way. So that means we need 3.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to cut this down now to 3.5. And I'm going to center this on my mat. And if it's going to be 3.5 by 4.5, I need to come over 2 1/4 and score. And 2 1/4 and score. All right. So now I'm just going to cut these extra tabs off. So here we go. All right. Okay, so this will now hold a 3 by 4 photo. All right. Cool. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's do something. All right, I'm going to fold this. I'm going to Z fold this. Okay. And this is 3.5 by 4.5. Let me do 3.5. Yeah, so these are 4.5 by 4.5, so we'll make them 3.5 by 4.5. Okay, and we are going to make Z-fold photo mats. Okay, they're going to get attached like this in this Z shape. So I'm going to put tape here and here. Oh, I'm out of 1/4 inch tape, so let me open a new 1/4 inch. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, Melanie, my guess is that in the last 60 years, a lot has changed with building codes just in general. But yeah, there are some regions where it's still not always the norm for houses to have air conditioning. Although, my guess is it's becoming strange pretty much anywhere to not have central air conditioning. In modern, like, built in the last, you know, since 2010 houses. All right. Just because it can be such a important thing for people's health. All right, so I am going to now stick these together like so, and then I'm going to fold this around to the back. and stick it down like so. All right. So we've got this. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of scrap that's on my desk and I'm going to cut it in half. Okay. And I'm going to turn it into a tab. And the way that I can turn it into a tab is just to put the edge right in the middle and chomp. It'll make a nice little tab. And then because there is writing on the back, I am going to put some pattern paper on the back. But what I will do is I'm going to put these, you know, here like so. So we just see how we have that writing. I don't really like that writing, so I'm going to go get rid of it. All right, so we're going to just find another little skinny strip of pattern paper. Something, here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a line of tape along the edge of this. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. And I'm just using the pattern of the houndstooth to get it lined up. I'm not putting it all the way across because I don't need it all the way across, or all the way down to this edge is what I mean. And now I'm going to trim. And stick it down. And here we go. Okay. So I'm going to just stick these to the edge like so. All right. So I'm going to run 3/8 inch tape along the very bottom. And we're going to do that. And I'm going to come in 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to okay. All right, so that's gonna look like that. So I'm gonna do the same thing over, and then that's gonna look like that on that side. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna put it in about 1/4 of an inch, which is roughly centered. All right, so, all right, there we go. So now all we have to do is trim down some, I guess I don't need this on my desk. Trash. So now we just need to trim down some photo mats. Oh, look, I found the red paper. So let me put that in the scrap bin so that I don't have to go looking for it next time I need it. All right, so we are going to get some photo mats here. Okay. All right, so these are currently 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to cut them all out to 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then we'll go from there. All right, so now I just need to, these are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I need to trim them down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to take 1 inch off the top and bottom and 1/2 inch off each side. Okay, so now I've got those. So let's just tape bracelet up and tape them, and then we're going to stick them in our little piece here and get that done. All right, so now we're gonna just finish our taping. And then we'll burnish and cut them apart. And be able to stick these in the book. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, and then, well, we may not have enough photo mats, so if we don't, we'll just fill some of them with cards instead. And this will be our insert for our file folder. So, all right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, all right, let's do this. So we'll leave this first one blank and do these 2. Okay. All right, then we'll close that, flip it over, leave this one blank, and then do these 2. And then we'll open the whole thing and see how many, we only have 2 spaces left, so that's good. So we're just gonna get a sheet of white cardstock and cut a 4 1/4 inch strip. Or rather a 3 1/4 inch strip. And then cut that into 2 4 1/4 inch pieces. All right, so I've got these 2 blanks. I'm going to put this in the scrap bin so that if I need white later, I have it. And then I'm going to grab my family cards and get 2 of them. All right, we're going to take I might just take those 2 that are speech bubbles. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just take these 2 that are speech bubbles and use them. That's kind of funny. This is not the old photo stamp. No, it's the new photo stamp. All right, now we're going to take these and these and add them to the book. All right, so I'm going to do a tape bracelet. And when you are doing things that are similar sizes, what you can do with your tape bracelet is line them up. Okay. And then just do this and this. And this. And this. All right, so now this is ready to go. Gonna separate these and stick them in, and then that'll finish this off. So we'll have a pretty cute little insert here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and peel all the tape from these. And again, these are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, so that these 3 by 4 cards fit perfectly. All right. So now we're going to just go ahead and add our cards. And then we have a cute little book here. And style of book is actually a form of book binding called tête bêche, which means head to foot. So it's when the books are sharing a central spine, and one's attached to the head and one's attached to the foot. Tête bêche is what this is called. You can do this with signatures as well. I've done books in the past. If you have access to archives, I have done books in the past like this before, whole books. But there we go. So now we have an insert for this. So we have our cute little insert to go in here. So, all right, now it's really done. So when we come back tonight, we'll be working on the miniature one, and we'll get that done hopefully quickly. And then we can make the page element that will go here. So basically the big page element like this or like this, so is what we'll be working on. And hopefully the main part of tonight's show, and that this will go quickly and be without problems. That would be nice. That would be nice. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you had a fun time. I'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern USA time, which is roughly 5 hours from now. So whatever time it is where you are now, just add 5 hours. That's when I'll be back. And I'll be back with more vintage staples album. Hopefully we're nearing the end of this book. I mean, we're not, but you know, hope springs eternal. So that will be that. And then if you're not going to be coming back tonight, remember the next show will be Tuesday of next week, not Thursday. Tuesday of next week, not Thursday. So Tuesday at 2 p.m. is when we'll have our next show, because I am going to be out of town for another wedding. So I won't be able to do my normal shows on Thursday of next week. So I'm going to do one on Tuesday afternoon. That'll be fun. And thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye now.